Okay, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to this week's announcements. This is being audio recorded for anyone who cannot get access or can't come here and watch these announcements. Okay. I would really like to film these, but I don't have any space on this phone. And I am not going to use my new phone. I have made a vow that I am not going to do that, and I intend upon keeping it. I wish I could, but I made a vow, and I do not want to break the vow. And if I do it, then kind of has to be public. And it's kind of tough to uh, have the courage to make this public. Um, it really is. Um, yeah, this is really the only option that I have. Yeah, that's what will have to happen. Okay. Now, this week, there's not a whole lot going on this week. We do have 3 astrological signatures. We do have Mercury going direct, Uranus direct, and the new moon in Aquarius. I'll be doing a video about that. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. Now, this week, so I hope that you're all paying attention for those up there and for those watching here. Okay? Now, this week, what do we have going on? Well, tomorrow is Monday, so that would be January 16th, and this is the day that I like to sort of put in the category of Capricorn Business Day. Okay, Capricorn Business Day. That's what Monday the 16th is. Okay? What will be happening this day is there will be a lot of people that will be getting business calls. And business calls to start new projects, to start new CEO missionings, to start new initiatives. And it's up to you to decide what you're going to do for your own initiative and your own project and your own plan. Okay, so that's going on Monday the 16th. Then we get to the 17th. We don't have anything going on the 17th. Fast forward to the 18th. We have Mercury going direct. This is huge, okay? Now, what's going on January 18th? It is going to be a day where we're going to really look at the nodes, so both the north node and the south node. And we're going to be looking at the different sign placements of what's going to actually be going on. I want you to think back to last year. We've had the north node moving into Taurus, the south node moving into Scorpio. So in a way, we're going to be rekindling that and re-looking at that and re-examining and re-evaluating that. It's only the day that Mercury goes direct, so we're still sort of re-evaluating while we still can. And, remember that throughout the shadow time, we have Mercury starting off, coming to a station, going direct to retrograde, then moving stationary direct, moving forward, moving out of shadow, moving on. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the nodes. I'll have resources on my page about the nodes, and I know that Nadia Shah is preparing something on the lunar nodes for all of us to watch, and that will be in the theater, and I think it'll be something fated, something very spiritual and Vedic for you to watch. So what'll happen is that'll be going on in the theater here, as you mentioned, okay? So the theater, go in, sit down, there's popcorn, there's, drinks, and, you don't have to do this, but it's a nice, immersion and a really educational experience, and she's working very hard to make it enlightening and informative and interesting and something different. So that's going on January 18th. Then we get to January 19th. January 19th, we have the sun moving into Aquarius like it does every year. So we're moving out of the earthy energies of Capricorn into the air intellectual energies of Aquarius. We also have Edgar Allan Poe's birthday on January 19th. And what'll happen is I'll have resources on my page for you to look into Edgar Allan Poe, read about him. There's videos, there's all kinds of stuff in a way to take advantage and acknowledge him because he really did a lot with his works of fiction and horror stories. He was one of the greats, and he led a very interesting life, and it was kind of a short life. Um, you know, yeah. So, I remember 10 years ago actually seeing a monument of Edgar Allan Poe. It was in Des Moines, and I was with, my family, and we were seeing a monument of Edgar Allan Poe. We weren't doing it alone. It was a tour group, and then the woman was speaking about Edgar Allan Poe's short life when it comes to drinking and all of that. But he wanted to be out of the ordinary, and he wanted to put a new spin on horror. And his stories, they're very deranged, and they're very, uh, okay, now, on January 20th. January 20th is, we have the cusp. The energies of this day is to really get out and get to work and get out and do things. So, workplaces will open, new things going on January 20th, so many things going on January 20th around the Edmontons. And actually, the Edmonton headquarters will be opening up on that day, okay? For people to get inside, for people to help out, clean up, reorganize structure, and you can certainly fill in your name on a list to help out and play your part to better the Edmonton headquarters. What'll also be going on, Labimbi Gross's Edmonton, they're going to be putting on, sort of a winter celebration on that day. So what it will consist of is it will be all kinds of activities, all kinds of fun. There will be singing and music for you to go to her Edmonton and hear and witness and take part in that. It should be really fun. And there's all kinds of things from, games, there's, sketchbooks, there's movies, there is, as I said before, choral singing. And, you go into a room or outside in a section for a minute and you just have fun with, the different activities. It's going to be open, all the way from 9 to about 3 in the afternoon, and you figure out how you want to get there. The bus's information. I'm going to have Daniel come up here and give you the bus's information to these things that I'm speaking about. I don't want to have to give that information. That is his job. That's why he is paid by the Edmontons in Toulouse, and etc. So that's going on January 20th. January 21st is New Moon Days, so permission to stay home, go home, and spend time with your family. Because remember, new moons are about going inside the womb, and reflecting, and setting new intentions and planning new states. So it will be a new moon day. Definitely meditate, journal, um, you know, just do the things, pray, sit quietly, be with your family, and just sort of a chill day going on, which will be next Sunday. All right, so those are the announcements cleared out of the way for this week. Now, the other thing that I wanted to just alert you about and remind you about is I made a video yesterday about the play buttons, this issue that is currently an issue. And I made it quite clear in that video. And I have probably repeated this multiple times over and over again, but I'm going to repeat it again, okay? I'm going to repeat this again. I know what I'm doing and I know what I am saying. And I do not need to be told otherwise. I've made a plan, I've set an intention, and I've decided that those play buttons will be taken away. That's just what's going to happen. Okay? And some of you may not agree with that. But, I'm doing it for people's own good. I'm doing it because it's, their right and what they deserve. And, yeah. I don't think that people should be awarded just because of their following. People should be awarded for their own contribution, for their own content itself. And to have judges, award which type of content is, you can forget about that. But it is a flawed system, and I addressed all of that in that video. I really expressed it, and I really made it clear I don't want to repeat that information. The only piece of information that I probably confused you about for those who watch the video or for those who are going to watch the video, I'm actually going to be having a screening of that video being played actually at my Edmonton. So what's going to be happening is later today at around 2:30, people are going to be coming here and I'm going to play that video for people, for all people to hear, because it's critical that people are aware of the information so that it's not all for naught, and that the steps are implemented to achieve what is intensifying and what is, what I have set forth to occur, and that what needs to get done gets done, and I don't want to hear any complaining about it. I don't want to hear, anyone irritating me and giving a hard time. Save your energy and your breath. Do something else. And just me continuing to complain about it and talk about it feels, meaningless, because what is actually going to be happening in this moment, well, guess what? It takes time. I did mention that Nadia Shah, I did speak about Nadia Shah, and I remembered after I filmed the video and published it that I remember saying clearly that she isn't going to come back to the Edmonton, but yet she is, and I want to clarify that. I will be receiving a ding and a bit of information when she gets that thing taken away from her, and she ends up having to delete the content of that from her phone and have to go through and rummage through all the videos that she has made and remove those videos or edit out, sections of where she has had that in there. All of it. People having to sit through and get, go through their whole list of content that they've created. It's, as serious as that. And that's what it has to come down to. So, it is going to be taken away, and I'll get a little ding, and then she'll be invited back to the Menton, and she is forbidden from bringing that up. If she does bring it up, then, well, there is actually going, you know what? This is going to sound mental and crazy, but here's what's going to happen. If people bring it up, so I just want to remind you of something. Remember in the movie, what do you call it? Despicable Me, the second movie when, what's her name? Diana, tased Gru. And when she did that, he was startled. In Scooby-Doo, when Professor Pericles tased Mr. E, he was also startled. Can you see what I'm getting at? I will be receiving a taser coming this week. I've already ordered it myself with my own money. And if anyone brings up anything that they should not bring up, I have permission to tase them. And they will be feeling that pain. And there'll be a psychological training for them not to continue to bring it up. That's what's going to happen. I'm not going to have it, and it is going to be a shock. It is going to be pain. You're going to probably be surprised that I would do such a thing, but I do not want to have to deal with that. I really don't. And I'm going to go to those links to make sure of that. Okay? So if you bring it up, you will get tased, and you'll regret it, and then you won't bring it up again. That's what will happen. If you have an online conversation with me about it through a Zoom meeting, I will just end the Zoom meeting. If you send me an email bringing it up, I will delete the email as soon as I read it, and I won't respond to it. If you make a video, then I will go to the headquarters, I will receive the account, and I will go in and I will delete that video. So you see what I'm saying? The posts, same things with posts. So that's really what it comes down to. Same thing with, stories. So I can get into your account and see what you're doing and if you're doing the right thing. And if you're not, it's going to be gone, and that's going to be the end of it, hopefully. Hopefully you won't continue to bring it up and, keep bothering me about that. Alright, so that's that piece of information out of the way. Now, the other piece of information is to do with Mercury retrograde. Over the course of this Mercury retrograde, I have been publishing past videos on my accounts, on my YouTube accounts. You can go check those out. Past videos when I was younger, for those who were with me at the Mentons, and you know what that was like. When my dad was filming, and the one thing that I thought that was annoying is that I needed so much validation for the things that I said. Like, I was like, okay, and that, I thought that was a little bit annoying. So I just wish that I didn't have that habit. But anyway, I was looking through the files. I uploaded them. There's so many videos. We did so many occasions, invited so many guests. And I did so many activities, and I basically took home what was given to me by my teachers, and how they acted and how they presented themselves, and I sort of carried that with me and passed that on to you. And I did a lot of activities and music, and going outside, and picnics and trips to Grandpa Mill Sales and Coldleaf Fell and all those kind of things, which is a mountain resort. It's a park resort that used to be in business, but now isn't. It closed at the very end of 2016. That was its last year, and then just stopped after that point. And then yeah, so 2016 is a 9-year. 9 is the number of letting go, completion, conclusion, that kind of thing. As you know, yoga is a really popular country, meaning it's very populous, it's very technologically advanced to the point that what I have planned is I have planned for this to happen. My past self will be coming to this event as a guest. Now, that may be hard to believe, but that's what's going to be, that's what's going to happen. And I will certainly be a parent to my past self. Maybe a stricter one, is sort of guiding my past self along the way and sort of just see where I am now. And I think it will be a really neat experience. So what'll happen is, I'll come to the event and there'll be a meeting, and yeah. And so that should be fun and different. I'm planning to have that sometime. I don't have all the information about that right now. But anyway, that is really your announcements for the week. That is this meeting, and thank you for coming and tuning in. And you can all have a great day. Bye.